Participant number 1, Johnny Barstool. The pure red zone threat. Standing at 6'5", being drafted at 12 years old and having 8 years experience. This guy will jump out of the gym, catch everything at unbelievable heights. And once he's got the ball, he can do a little bit of damage as well. Though he may lack a little bit of height and only has 3 years experience, game, set, catch, like the name suggests, will catch everything. Does not have the incredible leaping ability of Johnny Barstool, but if the ball is thrown in his vicinity, there is no doubt about it, he will come down with the ball. And their friend in the slot with the most experience, being drafted at a ridiculous 11 years old, Samuel L. Saxon, will literally outspeed anybody on the field. Not only that, he can break away from his man at incredible pace. If you can manage to stay in front of him, it won't be long before he cuts and leaves you going the other direction. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the test for the best archetype wide receiver in Madden 18. And of course, we had to get the best of the best to throw to them. To make this an authentic experiment, we had to go out and grab the best known quarterback known to man. The GOAT. Finalize the GOAT. Kids 50 years from now will be talking about this one individual. Throwing to our contestants is none other than Tim T-Crow. Just look at how serious he is. When he auditioned, he didn't even want to wear the helmet. Just look at that face. Look at that glare. Now, Tim T-Crow, he's not going to be running around in the pocket. However, he will be throwing dots all around the field from short, medium, and deep distances. He's got the arm strength to get it there as well. We are going to go ahead and simulate straight to the playoffs. No doubt in my mind. We are going to make it. We will find out whether a possession, red zone threat, or speed receiver can do the most damage. We are running a specifically designed playbook with minimal runs. So hopefully all of our receivers will crack 1,000 yards. It's just who's going to be the most efficient, most touchdowns, etc. It's going to be a lot of fun. So without further ado, fellas, let's simulate to the midway point and see how we doing. Of course, a lot of this comes down to personal preference, but for me personally, I need to know the facts. Even though there's a lot of RNG based going on in this, it's still interesting to see if anybody can get, a dominant edge over the other one. At the midway point, it's looking like Johnny Barstool has the most XP, but stats don't lie. And would you look at that? Midway point of the season, Tom Brady has 3,000 yards passing, 5 interceptions, 31 touchdowns. I forgot to start Tim T-Crow. Oh my god. You know what? It's too late to go back. We have to just deal with the mistakes that we've made. So I guess you could say with a 99 overall Tom Brady, Samuel L. Saxon in the slot has 970 yards already, 69 catches, is averaging 14.1 yards, is averaging the most yards per game, and coming in tied with Johnny Barstool for the most receiving touchdowns. I don't know what's going on with game, set, catch. He's behind Rob Gronk. I mean, he is definitely not having a good season. Only 1 receiving touchdown, 7.5 average. He's not even on par to crack 700, let alone 1,000. But these two up here, mate, speed and red zone threat are absolutely killing it at the moment. Let's go see some of these games. We are 6-2, so we've actually lost. I bet you one of the games we've lost is to, yeah, look, the Chargers are 7-1. Madden this year is very biased towards the Chargers. They always win every game. Always in the Super Bowl. Don't know how that works. A lot of the games have been pretty close. We got a 42-24 over the Panthers. So in this game, Samuel L. Saxon with 140 and 2 touchdowns. Samuel L. and Johnny Barstool were going hard. Even Dion Lewis had more receiving yards than game, set, catch, and more receptions as well. That's kind of disappointing, man. I was kind of hoping he would be something special. So in the later half of the year, we have the Broncos, Raiders, Dolphins, Bills, Dolphins again, Steelers, Bills, and Jets. This Jets game, we should absolutely tear them up. We only beat them by 4 points the last time we versed them though. Yikes. I think it's blatantly obvious right here. Saxon and Barstool head and shoulders above the rest of the NFL. Now I'm curious, is any receiver even rivaling these two? Because they have to share passes, On a team that only has 1 good receiver, he's going to be getting majority of the touches. But we've got 3 fantastic receivers. Samuel L. leading, DeAndre Hopkins behind him, Antonio Brown, and Barstool is right up Brown's ass. I mean, Samuel definitely does have the biggest advantage, having the 99 speed and the 99 excel. We are running a spread offense, and he has 96 route running after the little confidence boost. He is going to be a threat no matter where he is on the field. Johnny Barstool, with his confidence raised, got a bit more catching traffic, 98 jumping. I mean, in the red zone, you're just going to throw it up to him and he's going to catch it 99.9% of the time. But now that we have our real quarterback in there, Tim T. Crow, watch him go for more than what Brady had. We're going to simulate to the playoffs and see if maybe one of our receivers can even win MVP. That would be pretty interesting. All right, so we obviously got a first round bye. We finished 13-3. Impressive. Let's go Steelers. I mean, Pats. Awards, yearly awards. And Ben Roethlisberger wins MVP. Dion Lewis. All right, I definitely did not expect that whatsoever. Is it even possible for a receiver to win MVP? All right, so Dion Lewis is yeah. Okay, so Tom Brady even finished 10th. You know, this is crazy. Best wide receiver. Here we go, fellas. Samuel L. Saxon wins best wide receiver. Antonio Brown is second. Johnny Barstool in third. Now, the question is, did Game Set Catch even make it? He did not. Even Juju Smith beat him out, and he's an 81 overall. This is not good for the possession fanboys out there. Tim T. Crow comes up 40 yards short of Tom Brady. You know what? That's not a big deal. At 5'5", 400 pounds, it is very hard to be a quarterback trying to see over them offensive linemen. Despite that, 27 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. We're getting into the real thing here. Here we go. Samuel L. Saxon, 1,855 yards, 1,855. 20 receiving touchdowns. Johnny Barstool had 50 less receptions, but still put up 1,350. You wouldn't really utilize the red zone threat unless you were in the red zone. But you understand what I'm saying, right? The other 80 yards, you're going to be going to Saxon the entire way down. I completely understand that. But Game Set Catch, he actually turned it around in the later part of the season. He did not crack 1,000 yards. Boy, he didn't even have 5 touchdowns. But in saying that, 110 receptions. Not as much as Samuel L, but beat out Johnny Barstool by 23 receptions. Not bad at all. We definitely got our answer, you know. In the slot, I think if you have somebody with an incredible amount of speed, if you're around for the Jean Pierre days in Madden 17, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But it seems like the slot speedy receiver, the route runner, is definitely the way to go. Obviously, with your franchise, you're going to try and have pretty much all 3 of these guys on your team. It's just interesting to see that the route runner is probably the way to go. He had 20 touchdowns, averaged 115.9 yards a game. I think that is definitely the most underrated stat on this sheet right now. And I only say that because he only played 922 downs opposed to Johnny Barstool's 1,100 and Game Set Catches 1,200. So there you have it. The speed receiver is definitely the way to go. The old saying goes, speed kills. It is definitely the same for Madden. 7,400 total yards on offense. Did we break any records? And look at that. Samuel L. Saxon is now 3rd place in the record book. He was only 109 yards away from Calvin Johnson's near 2,000 yard season, which is ridiculous. And he's the only one to break a record. That's pretty crazy. Receiving touchdowns, Randy Moss is right up there. Samuel L. Saxon coming in with 20. Once again, man, finishing 3rd. That is amazing. Man, Randy Moss is just everywhere. So is Jerry Rice. We could go check out the game as well, though. Receiving yards in a game. Did we have anybody? No, we did not. Receiving touchdowns in a game. Once again, we did not. Jamal Charles had 4? Really? How much XP did we have? Johnny Barstool, 44,000. Samuel L. Saxon, 63 for winning best receiver. And Catch with 40,000. But it's pretty crazy because the receptions actually let catch up to Johnny Barstool in terms of XP. Even though Barstool killed him in terms of yardage, Game Set Catch was able to balance that out with just having a shit ton of receptions. But ultimately, Samuel L. Saxon is your winner, ladies and gentlemen. Let us go ahead and simulate to the Super Bowl, where I have absolutely 0 doubts that Tim T. Crow and the rest of the gang will be able to get us to the Super Bowl. And Buffalo made it, so we didn't make it. Bloody C4 rosters.
Tell me pretty lies, look me in the face, tell me that you love me. even if it's fake, cause I don't fucking care at all. You've been out all night, I don't know where you've been. You're slurring all your words, not making any